The magical universe of Harry Potter is one of the most famous, fascinating, and successful, both in the world of movies and literature. Since I myself am a big fan of this world, I read all the books as soon as they came out, but I could not ignore the iconic chess battle scene from the first part of Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone. And so, we'll break down all the moments where chess is mentioned in one way or another. Chess is mentioned in 5 of the Joanne Rowling books. But in addition to the books, we can also see a lot of chess scenes in the movies, not only in the first part. Here you can see how people in the portraits play chess.
Certainly, good lady. He had the password. Checkmate. He had the whole weeks, in fact, on a little piece of paper.
Students play chess in their dormitories.
Hey, listen up, you lot. Thought you were surprised.
Not more of before it's cooking, I hope.
Students also like to play checkers, but preferred chess. Well, let's get to the first chess scene. It's the game between Harry Potter and Ron Weasley. Wizard's chess. Here Harry Potter plays white, and he's got an absolutely lost position. The position, of course, is somewhat fantasy-like, especially the position of the bishop on the h2 square. But overall it could have happened, especially given the strength of Harry Potter's play. Here he should have given check from the b2 square, to at least somehow try to attack the enemy king, but instead Harry plays knight e5.
Knight to e5.
Ron is pleased, of course, and he takes this knight.
Queen to e5.
And then Hermione steps in.
That's totally barbaric.
That's wizard's chess.
And prevents Harry from losing this game in shame. Perhaps the young wizard intended to play bishop b2 here, pinning the queen, but it wouldn't help much because black has a rook sacrifice. Rook takes a4, and on ba, knight b4 check. Then you can move the knight to d4 like this and promote to another queen. In general, this is an easy win. In fact, they often play chess. For example, here's a moment where Harry is sad and Ron suggests to play chess to comfort him.
Wanna play chess? No.
Well, let's finally get to the main game that we're all here for, the game at the end of the movie, which was a challenge to get to the Philosopher's Stone. In the beginning, they were to decide who would play which piece, and each of them had to take the place of one of the pieces. Ron Weasley was in charge, and he made some very bad decisions, in my opinion. Given that each of them could have been taken, the most logical thing for Ron to do was to take the place of the king, because the king is the last to leave the board, and to put Hermione and Harry in the place of the rooks, because they're the most survivable in the game. Most often, rooks are the ones who survive to the end. But instead, Ron said,
All right. Harry, you take the empty bishop square. Hermione, you'll be the queenside castle. As for me, I'll be a knight.
Right from the start, he's already put everyone at risk. Only Hermione was taken care of by putting her in the place of the rook. Already from the first part, it's clear that he likes this girl. And he apparently saw his friend as a competitor and wanted him to not get in the way of Hermione's heart. Okay, I'm joking, of course.
You there, D5!
And this is the Scandinavian defense. Ron purposely chose an opening with the sacrifice of a pawn on the first move to check whether the pieces are really destroyed or not. Eventually we got this position in here, let's call it the Hogwarts team, captured the d3 pawn. That was a bad decision. Hermione was the f8 rook, Ron was the g5 knight, and Harry was the a3 bishop. And as we can see, Harry Potter is in danger right now. He can be destroyed by the White Queen. And so Ron makes a brilliant decision, rook c3. Sacrificing the rook, but not just to save Harry. And in the movie, this moment is emphasized. Here the White Queen turns toward the rook and chops it right a few meters away from Harry's face. He's shocked because he realizes that soon she'll get to him. And here's the moment of truth. Even though I said in the beginning that Ron put Harry in the place of the vulnerable enough bishop to eliminate the rival, but this is the moment when everything is decided. Ron can either sacrifice himself or Harry Potter. The easiest is to sacrifice Harry to declare mate. Play bishop c5. The bishop is taken and knight h3 mate. Mate in 2, but instead Ron chooses another option.
Harry, it's you that has to go on. I know it. Not me, not Hermione, you. Knight to h3.
Ron sacrifices himself so that Harry Potter and Hermione can move on. And the White Queen slowly approaches him. As we can see, the Queen struck the knight. But in the book, it was so indifferent. Yes, said Ron softly. It's the only way. I've got to be taken. No, Harry and Hermione shouted. That's chess, snapped Ron. You've got to make some sacrifices. I'll make my move and she'll take me. That leaves you free to checkmate the king, Harry. But do you want to stop Snape or not? Ron, look, if you don't hurry up, he'll already have the stone. There was no alternative. Ready? Ron called, his face pale but determined. Here I go. Now don't hang around once you've won. He stepped forward and the White Queen pounced. She struck Ron hard across the head with her stone arm and he crashed to the floor. Hermione screamed but stayed on her square. The White Queen dragged Ron to one side. As we can see in the movie, they changed this scene somewhat. Ron was on the knight and it was the knight that was hit, and in the book, they all risked their lives equally, and to be fair, a strike like that should have just killed Ron, cracked his skull. But it's a fairy tale, so the end was a little different.
Run! No, don't move! Don't forget, we're still playing.
Harry maintains his composure and keeps Hermione from making a fatal mistake. He takes command and finds a brilliant opportunity to disturb the White King. He walks slowly towards the fateful c5 square and announces,
Checkmate.
I have to disappoint Harry fans. He announced a little false start. Because White still has the Queen e3 move, and only after Bishop takes e3 there's mate. The game turned out decent though. Even Dumbledore appreciated it.
To Mr. Ronald Weasley for the best played game of chess.
And thanks to this victory, Gryffindor wins the House Cup. I wish that your chess victories bring you trophies as well. Keep playing and studying chess, progress, and watch good movies. I'll see you in the next video.